I really realized Kevin Samuels was right about everything that he was saying.
All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome in. Come on a little closer. Come on in. Don't be scared. What's your name?
My name is Tavarius.
Tavarius, how old are you?
I'm 29.
And what do you do?
I'm on tour for PBS Children's Story.
Oh, yeah. Like you write children's books or?
I have an animation company that I started when I was 21 years old.
Nice.
And then it's basically about my childhood and teaching young black boys that black dads do care.
Wow, I love that. Oh, okay. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
So I have a Airbnb that's kind of like in the lake. So I'm a nature boy. So I love to climb trees in my time off. I love to draw. And I honestly just like peace. So I do a lot of peace and help for people who like need emotional regulation.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
I kind of take everybody for who they are.
Okay.
So if you are naturally more outgoing, I try to match that. If you're inside, I try to match that. So I'm kind of like, I like to make my woman happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers is if you don't have any passion, like if you don't know what you want to do in life, I kind of can't help you with that. You got to love yourself and figure that out for yourself.
Okay. All right. So we could get some pop balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping. All right. If we can start with your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Yes. Hi, I'm Ishi. I'm 28.
Nice to meet you.
Firstly, I want to say that you're a very well-rounded young man. Like everything that you have going on, A1. It was the attraction for me, and then also the height. I'm pretty tall, so I want somebody that I can look up to.
Cool.
Okay. Now, is she someone that's your type?
I think she's very gorgeous.
Thank you.
I am 6'2", so I don't know how tall you are, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I'm 5'6.5".
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next lady here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, I'm Tara. I'm 24 years old, and just initial attraction. You're very handsome and really well groomed.
Thank you.
I think it was just initial attraction for me.
Yo, what's good? It's Timmy Lee Glean, and I'm coming at you with another one of these videos. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but I just see an issue right now, specifically in the brown community, the black community, fellow Israelites, and I'm just starting to see the curses of Deuteronomy more manifested now than ever, and it's actually extremely sad to see what I see in the culture. And this is deeper than just this internet show. I mean, this is something that is ongoing and has been going on with a lot of these unrealistic expectations that we see, and I just been watching the Pop the Balloon for like the last month or so. Not to say I'm watching like full episodes, I'm just watching clips. Then I started to dive into some other things just to kind of like do my own research and kind of see how this stuff ties into real life, and to realize that these are real life people with real life thoughts, real life expectations, but these expectations aren't realistic, but these are real life people with these thoughts and these feelings towards people. So when I'm looking at an episode, right, and a man just walks out, simply just walks out, every balloon pops immediately.
Come on a little closer. Come on in. Don't be scared.
It shows me the mindset first and foremost is that an outfit now an outfit will determine whether you will go for somebody. No, I ain't saying somebody that's dressed like a bum or anything like that, but you can see the mindset, the spirit of lust that is heavy on a lot of women and men, actually, it ain't just the women. But when a woman is looking at a man and she don't get that fantasy man that she see in her head, well, that's pretty much what it is. See, a good woman, and yes, on that last episode that came out, those women were not good women. They could be decent people, but when we say good women, there's a standard, and Maybe because I have a higher standard of what good is or what not so good is. But when you are somebody that is judging somebody off of the outward or the external, I don't think you're that good, man or woman. One thing about the man and woman of the Most High is they start to judge off the same factors, you know, just, well, you don't look like this or that, and you know, you have to be a certain way, you have to dress a certain way. Like, clothes can change, you know, but you have to be this, you have to be that, you know. And these are men, and I've seen successful men, successful, balloon gets popped, and it ain't even like nothing wrong with them, like outwardly, you know. But when you see the men with the toxic traits, and you see the men that it's like a certain thing that I feel like most women are going for, and you start to realize that most women are competing for a smaller amount of men, and you have a larger pool of men that are just lonely now. You know, many are childless, many are growing in success and growing in many areas, and a lot are not even just interested in dating anymore. I look at that I'm watching the balloon show. Me, I'm around 5'11", 6 feet, depending on what type of height and measure thing that you're using, but I'm about 6 feet tall. And with me being 6 feet tall, I saw that 6 feet 2 isn't tall enough. 6'1" isn't tall enough. So what am I at 6 feet? You know, in some measurements you could say 5'11"3/4 or something like that. But regardless of what I am, that's not enough. Another thing, I'm actually a skinny man. I'm strong. I'm pretty strong. Not to say I'm skinny, like I'm gaining weight. I'm exercising. I'm getting in shape. I'm pretty healthy, you know. But I just look at myself personally. It's like, man. Now another thing, as you can hear, I think like So I have missing teeth right here. That's another thing I believe. There's many things, like these are just 3 things. These are just 3 factors right here that I could just point out. I'm a single father of 3 children. I've seen so many single mothers on these shows expect a man to accept her with her children. As sad as it is to say, for myself personally, most women will not accept a man with his children. They'll respect it. They'll even give you lots of compliments. They'll say, oh, you're this and you're that. I might check off every single box on what a woman wants, like in character. But there's a certain look that they might be going for. My beard don't connect. They gonna look at that and say, oh, his beard don't connect. It's almost that you are being extremely picky. And this is the issue that I see. This is why we have a rise in single parent households, predominantly the mothers, because they will go for a certain kind of man, but this certain kind of man don't have the inner qualities to be a husband and to be a true father. So now they mad that this man isn't this man, and you're trying to build a man. Yet there's a man with these qualities, but he might be under 6 feet tall. There's a man with these qualities, men with these qualities, but they might not make 6 figures. You know, they can make 80,000, they can make 70,000, 60,000, but you might make 70, 80, 90, 100,000, over 100,000. And you're looking at this man that most likely, if he's a good man and a man that has a good head on his shoulders, especially if he's a godly man, the Most High is most likely giving him a plan, and it takes the right woman to be in his life to help him. But if you have your own notions, you have your own things going on, your own, like I said, I ain't gonna shame nobody for that. You got your stuff going, but you can't be a help suitable to a man that the Most High is giving a purpose to. If you are another head in a relationship, if you are in competition with your man, and any man that may look at your dynamic a certain way will be insecure, because he might feel like, hey, I believe that we should put our money together and do this. You know, for instance, I've seen many examples of the 50-50 households, but what the man makes, he pays for everything, and what the woman makes, she keeps to herself. So it's not necessarily 50-50, but a woman works and she keeps what she has and don't pour into the family And it's this expectancy that men should just be these men that should be a provider, or if not that, then I don't need a man, I don't need you. You know, so we have a good half of our women now that says they don't need a man, yet they still get married, yet they're still having children, yet they're still raising up failure in our communities, yet they don't need a man, but they can have children with a man. They can take child support from a man. They can marry a man, and then they can divorce that man for any reason that isn't even infidelity or isn't abuse or anything like that, or he putting her away, or he's being the unbelieving. And I'm saying this is women that are in the faith as well, so-called Christians, that will get with a man, that will get with men that feel safe. Like he's like a safe man. He's like these men in the faith are extremely weak, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. These men in this faith are extremely weak, and they be going for this stuff. But when you a man that stands firm on the scriptures, I believe you as a man is going to attract a woman that stands firm on the scriptures. That be our problem as men, is that we're going for the wrong women. This is men in the world, but you're men in the world, and if you're living a wicked life, you deserve that wicked woman. But what I'm saying is there are men that are so-called Christians, so-called in this faith, so-called walking with Christ, that will still attract this kind of woman. You have to understand the counterfeits, brother. And for the sisters, you have to understand the counterfeit, because the counterfeit might come in your preference physically. So he might physically look the way that you want, yet the Most High probably sent you 2 husbands and you didn't even pick up the cues. So now you as a woman are 30 plus. Now you as a woman want to double back on a certain kind of man because you have lived your life, you've done everything that you could, you most likely racked up a lot of men, and now you're going to church, you probably have a child or children. I'm not trying to come at you in a certain way. I'm just saying that women will live their life, reject all the good men to be with the bad man, have children with the man that ain't even a husband type, and then will turn around when it's all done, it's all over, and now she wants to go for the nice guy or the kind person or the person, and then you will get with this man just to not even want them. And I'm gonna tell you, man, why you not the man that a woman wants. Like, because a lot of you are just church boys. A lot of y'all are weak men. Like, quite frankly, most of the Christians in this country are weak men that follows after they women. You're just a bunch of Adams, like, that's following after Eve after she took in a bite of the forbidden fruit. What do you think these philosophies of feminism and these philosophies of murdering your children and philosophies of agreeing with the world comes from? That's like the forbidden fruit. That's the power for the woman to be as God. And then you as a man are making these women God because you're putting them above God. This is why women don't really like you. This is why women of the Most High are looking the other way. Rather, they're Christian, but true Christian women. They're slim pickings, but they're out here. But you have to be a certain kind of man to be able to recognize that. And for you as a woman, you have to be a certain kind of woman to recognize the good things in a man. Outwardly, like I said, like, some people look at looks too much now. You got men now that are like plucking their eyebrows, they getting their nails done, their toes done, the fingernail polish, they wearing dresses. Like, it's a lot of these men that are just, and women love it. And I'm telling you, you don't want to be one of those men that succumb to what the women want, because you will ultimately be a man that is a player. You're gonna be a player. You're not gonna be no man that's gonna really attract a wife. If you're trying to outwardly showcase yourself in a certain way as a man, you're going to attract a certain kind of woman that wants what you're exuding. And most likely men are throwing themselves out there to be lusted after as well. It ain't just women that are dressing half naked. It's men as well. So when you put so much emphasis into the vein, into all this, it ain't nothing wrong with looking nice. You know, scripture says for a woman, you know, like, to adorn yourselves in modest apparel and things like that, not wearing the braids and the gold and all that stuff. And people would look at that as like, oh, that means I'm supposed to look like Aunt Jemima. It's like, no, you're not supposed to look like Aunt Jemima. It's just don't put too much emphasis on those outward things. Beauty is vain, but a woman that fears Yah is a woman to be praised. These are the women that we should acknowledge as men of the Most High, are true women of the scriptures, true women that just want to follow after the Father, that want to walk with Christ. A true woman that when she hears the word submit, she knows what it means. She don't cringe at the word submit. You know, there is so many issues in the black community specifically, and we are the worst when it comes to marriage. And seeing that pop the balloon, like I said, it showed me how superficial we are in the faith. These are people in the faith that will look at a man with all the qualities and still will say, and just like, and it's a lot of buzzwords. You see a lot of the same words like initial attraction. You will hear that from a lot of women. Now, to be attracted to the person, yeah, and you could grow in being attracted to somebody else. But if you are the type of woman that has male friends, you have your eyes on these guys and that guy, you're going from guy to guy to guy to guy, you haven't given yourself true time with the Father to be cleansed of past sins, or just, you know, your mind isn't renewed, you're not going to see the good in a man. Even if you see that he's a good man, and you see that he has good characteristics, and you see that he don't even look that bad, but sometimes the lust factor will make you want to look for something certain. It just creates unrealistic expectations, because it be women that don't even really be that pretty, that don't be looking that well, but she would expect the top tier. Like, she wouldn't even be all that, and she would have children with another man, and would expect the top tier man to be able to. You can't make this stuff up. Kevin Samuels used to say that. I really realized Kevin Samuels was right about everything that he was saying. How he said things, and there's some things that I don't agree with, like the perspective of a high value man. I don't 100% agree with, because I don't believe value is simply just what's in your pockets, but I believe that is a part of being high value, is what you can provide. But I believe it's more the inner qualities that make people high value. But that aside, I mean, just what he was saying about the expectations of women, even Christian women, all that. Kevin Samuels was right. That's all I just want to say. The Pop the Balloon showed me that Kevin Samuels was right about everything. And there are so many women that they're not even at the standards of their expectations. And it's sad. It's so sad. These are good brothers going out here wasting their time. Good brothers wasting their time. They need to just get off these dating shows. They need to really find the Most High. Like, it's some good brothers, I believe, that just need the Most High. There's some good brothers out here, and I'm talking about brothers because I don't see no white people on that show. I've seen nothing but black men. So this is for the Israelites specifically. This ain't for no white man or any other man. This is for us. We, as a people, we need to start marrying each other. But if our women are only going for a certain kind of man because of certain qualities that they see outwardly, but they're ignoring or disregarding the inner qualities, then you're never going to marry husbands. You're never going to marry true fathers. You're never going to marry true protectors. Because on the other half of the spectrum isn't just the weak man or the nice guy. It's the man who truly stands firm on the scriptures. And a lot of women don't want that. They don't want a real man. They don't want a man that's going to hold them accountable. They don't want a man that's going to point out things in them that maybe they need to correct. There's women that don't like correction. They don't like a man that's going to hold her to a certain standard, because so many women will focus on the outward so much that when we get to your heart, when we get to your mindset and how you think, a lot of women will run away, and she will make excuses on why she don't like you, because she sees that you are rejecting her inner qualities. And a lot of women will put themselves out there physically once again to attract. But you probably noticed that some of the prettiest women are some of the most unmarried women. Some of the most beautiful women outwardly are some of the most unmarried women. Why? Because a man is going to be attracted to you physically, but he's going to marry who he's attracted to inwardly. And for the men that marry because of the outward appearance, those are just simps, as they call them. Kevin Samuels was right. And the Pop the Balloon show showed me that. I've been watching so many of these videos. I watched so many. because I just wanted to do an experiment and try to see something. And when I see the nice guys, or I see the kind men, or I see men that even have a standard that stand firm, you see balloons get popped the moment that he has a certain standard that the women can't. You might notice that a lot of men will say, I don't like argumentative. Pop, 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 da, 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 da. I don't like it. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? They a lot of men are being outward about, hey, I don't like that feminist mindset. Pop, 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 pop. And you start to see like, okay, and you see this pattern. This is our community. This isn't just pop the balloon. I see it. I grew up with it. I grew up around it. I see it out there. I see it everywhere. I see it on television. I see it in entertainment. I see what's being pushed out. But this social media world has just created a whole different monster. It created a whole different dynamic where you can't even be with somebody without them putting the expectations of other people on you. And you as a man could be doing your best, and she's looking at 10 to 20 to 30 different men on social media. Look at who they follow on social media. Look at what they like on social media. You'd be surprised by the husbands and wives that I see on social media posts every day, just posting on people's stuff. You know, ultimately, if you truly desire love, true love, genuine love, you have to look past your type, right? Now you want to be attracted to the person that you're with, but if you can't even be attracted to inner qualities more than outward qualities, you need time to be single. You need time alone. You need time celibate. I mean, without a man and without pornography and without your toys. You need time without anything to be pure and focus on the Lord. And best believe He will send you a strong man that you are attracted to. For the men, He will send you a woman that can submit, that you're attracted to, and they don't have to look like the beach body. They don't have to look like all that, you know. But I believe that Yah will send somebody that is desirable for you. You know, and sometimes, like I said, we look at the wrong things, and sometimes some people pushes you to sin and pushes you into a sinful lifestyle, pushes you into sinfulness, pushes you into the flesh, or influences you into the flesh to live by the flesh. And these aren't the people that you'll want to be with. Those aren't the people that you want to go for. So if you are living by the Spirit, and the Spirit is showing you, and the Spirit is showing you that this person is not for you, leave them alone. I'm going to make a video about this, and I want to give you some signs that this woman is not for you, or this man is not for you, this person is not for you, because I believe that I've learned enough to be able to give single advice now. Like, I'm not here to give marriage advice, but I believe that I've seen what it takes for a relationship to lead to marriage. And this is because I've gained a lot of wisdom on couples, married couples that have been married for 5 plus, 10 plus, 15 to 20 plus years. To see a 50-year marriage anniversary is a blessing. 60-year marriage anniversary is a blessing. I've seen a couple that was 98 and 101, married for 80 years. We don't have that anymore. And you have a literal woman be in your life, and she see all the great things about you as a man. And she see all the great qualities, the husband qualities and everything. Once she see all the great qualities, this is where she breaks you down. And then she starts looking for other things for a reason to leave. Like, a woman will see that you're this great man. They'll see that she can't live up to that. Now she's looking for reasons and excuses to leave. First, she's going to look at the physicality thing. She's going to say that she's not attracted to you. Right? A lot of women will say that. I'm not trying to shame anybody that may have a certain look standard, but I'm saying that look standard is going to keep you lonely, especially if you don't fit the bill yourself. You know, how can you want somebody to be in perfect shape, six-pack, abs, pecs, chest, and everything, yet you overweight and you don't exercise? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to shame nobody or body shame. I'm just saying. Kevin Samuels was right. Some people will fight that truth. It's hard to accept for some people, but I'm telling you, you want to let go of those unrealistic standards if you ever want a chance of being with somebody. Once again, there are people that might, like I said, see the good things, and they're breaking this man down by other qualities and other things that they might see that they may think is undesirable. I don't like the way you chew. The way that you dress. I don't like the way that you dress. the way that somebody dresses, you know, the way that, you know, when you get to that certain point, it's like the man has to have a perfect beard. He has to have perfect teeth. He has to have eyebrows done. He has to have his nails done. He has to, like, you want to build a woman and then wonder why this pretty boy has a problem with committing to you, because he's attracting all these other women through his physical beauty. And because of that, and he's focused on that, he's focused on attracting women. Instead of a man that's focused on the inner qualities and building himself, those are the women that a lot of women would not go for. And you know what? I would tell those men, stay single, stay working on you. I ain't talking about no men going their own way, because I don't support that either. But I mean, like, for a man that is abstinent, that is celibate, that is focusing on his businesses, that is focusing on his job, that is focusing on his dreams, that's focusing on his self-improvement. Like I said, I got a bunch of books. I got the Word. I got time with the Father. I got to raise my children. I got to take care of my children. And no, I'm not one of those parents that will put my children before my spouse. And like a lot of women would put their children before, and these men would still go for these women still. And it's just like, it's funny, the double standard. I'm gonna talk about that as well, because there's a deep double standard. I'm gonna talk about that in my next vlog. Actually, I'm gonna write these ideas down, because I think these are good things to talk about in my next vlog. But I truly hope that you are blessed. And I truly hope that you could take something I said in. I hope that you don't take this as an insult, because I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just telling the truth. And a lot of people don't like to hear the truth, but people have to hear it. So I hope that you hear it. I hope that you're blessed by it. And may the Most High truly bless you. As men, stand firm. Don't allow any woman to make you, go for less. And for any woman, don't go below your standard. And I don't mean a physical standard and a financial standard, because you can go for the man that looks well and that has enough money, but then you're settling for less than desirable qualities as a husband and as a father. And if you are one of those women that desire that, then just be used as a physical tool, and you can be like, if you're expecting something from the man for your time with him and for whatever, that's prostitution. But if you are a woman that desires a man that's going to protect you, that's going to provide, he might not have, but he has the mindset. That man gonna make more money, but he need help. He needs support from his woman. He don't need a woman tearing him down. He don't need a woman telling him how much money he don't have. He don't need a woman telling him that he don't look like this or he don't look like that. And he don't need a woman that's trying to throw these expectations of what you want out of your man from the other men that you see on social media. This is messed up, y'all. Once again, Kevin Samuels was right. Yeah, check out these videos though. These are along the lines of this topic, and I think that it'll be good, and I believe that it'll be a blessing for you. But may the Most High bless you in Yahusha's name.